Hi, my name is Erin, and I'm going to give you a tiny tutorial on something that is asked of me constantly and I believe is the first thing that you need to learn when suddenly you need to apply Photoshop to your life. So you're going to open Photoshop and you're going to open a file. Now, this file is black and white. It could have been a piece of paper that you scanned. It could have been a drawing that you hired someone to make. But you need to make this a different color, right? Now what some people do is they go over here to the paint bucket and then they pick a color over here in our color picker and then they click, but oh my god, look! This is crazy, it looks awful! It's because you're going in and trying to change the pixels, which never works. That's not what we're trying to do here. We want conceptually all the white to go away. So here's what we're going to do. You want to go to your layers menu, and I have mine conveniently always on the left hand side of my screen, but if you don't know where it is, you're going to click window, you're going to click layers, and you'll go straight there. Now whenever you open a document, it's going to just be a background. It's going to be locked. Double click on that lock and it's unlocked. Now down here at the bottom, you're going to click the little page with a little corner on it, and if you hover over it, it'll say create a new layer. That's what you want to do. You want to create a new layer. Now if you double click on it, we can name it. We're going to call this new background color. Now let's go ahead and name layer 0. Double click on it. We're going to call it drawing of Angela Davis. Heart. Now, these things are stacked on top of each other, and right now, Angela Davis is on the bottom, and new background colors on the top, and we want to flip them. So you're going to click and hold on Angela Davis, drag her until a line appears above new background color, let go. Now Angela Davis is on top, new background color is on the bottom, and now Angela Davis, we're going to go right above her to the layer options. Now, see that little arrow? Click on it and a bunch of stuff shows up. And we'll learn about that later, but right now, you're just going to click on multiply. For now, you don't see anything, but click on new background color, select your paint bucket, and click. And oh dang, what do? That's crazy. Let's go back to, now remember, if you're going to work on a layer, you have to have it selected. So click on the layer before you want to draw on it or do anything to it. Let's click on it again. Let's click on normal. There we go. Let's click on multiply. When a layer is on multiply, whatever is white becomes see-through. Whatever is black stays. Now, all the colors in between, that's a little bit more advanced, and I encourage you to play around. For example, let's make a new layer, and we'll call it, ignore that, double click, white page, and I'm going to use my paint bucket to make white, and I'm going to take my pen, I'm going to select the brush, and I'm going to take yellow, and I painted some yellow. I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to get some red, and I'm going to paint on it, and I'm going to label this red. And now I'm going to take the layer mode options for red and choose multiply. What if I take that red and I make it blue? I'm going to use the paint bucket. It kind of makes green. Let's change it. Darken. What about color burn? Weird. Linear burn? Darker color? Lighten. So it does all kinds of things. You should try fiddling with the layer mode. Here's something I'm going to do, for example. I'm going to go to orange rim. I'm going to go to, I keep photos around just for inspiration. How about this photo I found on Tumblr? I'm going to make a new layer, And I'm gonna add, I don't know, pink. I'm gonna call this layer pink. And I used my paint bucket, which is also the letter G on the keyboard, and I paint bucketed in all this pink. So I'm gonna go to layer mode options and choose darken. Weird. Color burn. Weird. Linear burn. Overlay? Ooh, I like that overlay. I'm actually gonna take the opacity and turn it down a little bit. Ooh, I kind of like that. See the eyeball? If you click it, it turns it off. On. Off. On. What about subtraction? Ooh, I like that. That's how sometimes people make photos nicer, and also where all the Instagram filters come from. So that's the end of our very short lesson. Hopefully that can help you begin experimenting. You don't need to understand all of Photoshop to begin to make things. Oh, last thing. Angela Davis. Here's our background color. Here's our drawing of Angela Davis. File, export, save for web. And now you'll have an option of deciding down here image size, how big you want it. You want it 200 pixels wide. It's gonna resize it. You want it to be a JPEG. You want it to be a GIF. You want it to be a JPEG. Just let it do its thing. And then you'll save it. And make sure that you save the name of it so you're not overwriting anything. For web, I always do that. So there you go. Ding!